defending that last point in breakthrough.
You and your squad going together, trying to accomplish something.
Helicopter crashes into the building next to you, and all of a sudden the roof drops on your head.
The vehicle play is the destruction.
You've got tanks, you've got jets.
You get a bit sweaty in your palms.
That full, all-out military experience. It's just unlike any other game I've played.
Alright, welcome back to the channel, and what you just saw was a clip from the latest announcement from the Battlefield team. And I gotta be honest, man, I'm kinda hyped, but this time around we are tapering expectations, especially coming off of 2042. I mean, it's not like EA has a problem making engaging trailers or promos, so that's not the issue. It all boils down to the final product, and I think they might have came to the same realization because in this trailer they also announced Battlefield Labs.
We've done similar things in the past, but this is a whole nother level. We're doing it before we launch the game, and we're doing it with so much more content.
Which is their new development initiative created to let players beta test specific areas in the game way ahead of release. It's currently in pre-alpha, but apparently they're really proud of the build so far. So playtesters will be testing things like map design, glitches, and weapon balancing. And I think they got a few thousand spots available for players to beta test under NDA, of course. I'm not too sure how well that's gonna work, but hopefully I can grab a spot. The link to sign up for Battlefield Labs currently has a queue to enter it. When I first attempted it yesterday, I was like number 200,000 in line. I waited all day long just to fall asleep at the end of my queue, and they only give you 15 minutes to enter the site, so if you don't enter in those 15 minutes, it sends you back to the back of the line. I'm trying to get a bit earlier today, so hopefully we can actually get through this time. But back to the trailer, it's a couple things that I noticed right off the gate, like the level of destruction this time around. From large scale building collapsing to the micro destruction like the drinks and snacks in this one scene. It all looks dope so far. It gets me really excited to see Battlefield return to modern times. There seems to be an emphasis on realistic destruction, explosion, combat, and an all-around gritty tone to the game, which is something I feel like COD needs to work on, the tone of the game. No one wants cheesy one-liners after every match, or be turned into pixie dust every time you get killed in Call of Duty. In my opinion, it just completely ruins the tone of a military shooter and takes you out of the experience altogether most of the time. But all in all, it seems like they really want to make an A1 game. They said this is the largest amount of studios working on a single Battlefield game, those studios being DICE.
DICE is responsible for the multiplayer part of the game, which incorporates things like destruction systems, class play, squad play, vehicles, gadgets, all of those kind of underlying systems that drive the experience.
Motive.
So here at Motive, we're working on multiplayer maps, and we're also working on single-player mission content.
We're driving a cinematic experience to the level that's never been done on Battlefield before.
Ripple Effect.
Ripple Effects has a long history of working on the Battlefield franchise.
We're working on an experience that is really going to open Battlefield up to a whole group of new players, but really still exciting that core audience that has made this franchise so successful.
And Criterion.
Criterion have been supporting Battlefield for a decade now, and now we're going to bring that to the table as a fully fledged kind of partner in the Battlefield studios.
Mainly we've been focused on the single player experience. So the campaign is back for Battlefield.
I'm not sure if all these studios working on one game is necessarily the best choice. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that down below. But they for sure seem to be going all out on the next Battlefield game. And we could potentially see a full release this holiday season. I gotta admit, I was a bit worried after the launch of 2042. The game was a mess. They lied and said that we played an older build than we did. Bugs took forever to get fixed. People got fired, people stepped down. We had new leadership come and go, yada yada yada. So up until all the rumors started to swirl a few months ago, I thought we were still a few years away before we would lay eyes on the next Battlefield game. But here we are. A couple things I would like to see added this time around would be customizable operators or whatever they decide to go with this time. They don't have to get crazy with it, but a few customizable options for hair, skin tone, and gender would be a nice addition. Pull some hair assets from NBA Live, I don't care. And second, some of y'all might hate me for saying this, but I would like to see a Battle Royale mode for the next Battlefield. I could be wrong, but I think that someone confirmed that 2042 was originally supposed to have a Battle Royale mode or was supposed to be its own standalone Battle Royale game. That ended up getting changed halfway through development, and that's how we ended up with the final product that we got. I think they ended up pulling the plug because at the time the common consensus was, oh no, not another Battle Royale. But I feel like right now might be the perfect opportunity to come with a Battlefield Battle Royale. But I felt like they should have followed through with it then, and I feel like they should follow through with it now. I don't know if the internet bullied them into canceling it last time or if it came down from higher up, but I was actually curious to see what Battlefield's take on a BR would look like. So there are some rumors going around right now that the team is working on a Battle Royale mode, but only time will tell. But with all that being said, I still won't be pre-ordering, not after last time. I most definitely learned my lesson. So if I can get into the playtest program, that'll be dope, but if not, then I guess I'll be playing when everyone else does. But either way, I'm excited to see what they have in store. But that's all I got for y'all today, so make sure you go down below and let me know what you think about all of this and what's something that you want to see added to the next Battlefield game. I'm gonna leave y'all with the full trailer at the end, so if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you check that out. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful in any way, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and until next time, Woda, peace.
Defending that last point in Breakthrough.
You and your squad going together, trying to accomplish something.
Helicopter crashes into the building next to you,
And all of a sudden the roof drops on your head.
The vehicle play is the destruction.
You've got tanks, you've got jets.
You get a bit sweaty in your palms.
That full all-out military experience. It's just unlike any other game I've played.
This franchise comes with a long history, spanning over 20 years now. But the question is, how do we continue to build on that and push Battlefield to the next level?
I've been playing Battlefield since long before I joined the team. When 1942 first came out, the amount of fun that we all sat down and had with it is just, still like a fond memory. So in joining the Battlefield team, it was about the opportunity to give that team that space to do something just more amazing even than they've done in the past.
We set out with this ambitious idea of creating this new Battlefield universe. And to make that vision a reality, we had to think big.
Each of our 4 studios comes with its own culture and expertise into what we call Battlefield Studios.
One team that spans across the globe and combines 20 years of franchise experience with emerging talent.
DICE has such a rich history with Battlefield. We've been working on it for years and years. But we also want to do something bigger and better than we've ever done before. And you can't do that with one studio.
DICE is responsible for the multiplayer part of the game, which incorporates things like destruction systems, class play, squad play, vehicles, gadgets, all of those kind of underlying systems that drive the experience.
So here at Motive, we're working on multiplayer maps, and we're also working on single-player mission contents.
We're driving a cinematic experience to the level that's never been done on Battlefield before.
Ripple Effects has a long history of working on the Battlefield franchise.
We're working on an experience that is really going to open Battlefield up to a whole group of new players, but really still exciting that core audience that has made this franchise so successful.
Criterion have been supporting Battlefield for a decade now, and now we're going to bring that to the table as a fully fledged kind of partner in the Battlefield studios.
Mainly, we've been focused on the single-player experience. So the campaign is back for Battlefield.
We have never before had this many teams and talents dedicated to the development of Battlefield. And we have a plan to create a new, exciting future for the franchise, alongside our players.
This game has so much potential, so I think it's about giving the team this time to really hone their craft.
We have to prototype, play test, get feedback,
and then repeat that loop
over and over and over again. We have to find gameplay that really resonates with the players and then build on that. Battlefield Labs is our new development initiative where players will get to test specific focus areas in the game.
We've done similar things in the past, but this is a whole nother level. We're doing it before we launch the game, and we're doing it with so much more content.
It's an exciting way for us to interact with our audience before things go live and make sure that what we have is really fun and polished.
And we have to test everything, combat to destruction to maps and modes.
We're going to test all the new features that we're putting out, and we're going to test hardware like weapons, vehicles, and gadgets.
We can try different things, but also validate what players are expecting from Battlefield.
That feedback is crucial in helping us know what to prioritize, what needs improvement, and what feels like a true Battlefield experience.
We're pre-alpha, so now is the time to test all the experiences our teams have been building for our upcoming launch and beyond. Join our Discord where you can learn more about our new closed testing environment. We call it Battlefield Labs. Let's build Battlefield together.